Yo, what's up guys? So in today's video I'm going to be going over the best weapon legend combo in ranked arena for season 13. And now this combo is using Mad Maggie with the Mozambique. Now why this combo is so strong right now is mainly because of two reasons. So one reason is simply the Mozambique is just incredibly strong with the hammer points right now. I think it's definitely broken and they need to nerf this hammer point, but while it's still, while it's still meta and still very strong, you should use this weapon combo with Mad Maggie. And you might be thinking, why Mad Maggie? Now, if you don't know her passive, so Mad Maggie's passive, you can basically strafe really fast and you can move really fast with Mad Maggie's passive, which means that when you're using a Mozambique and when you're strafing, you're basically like, I think you're kind of untouchable because you're strafing really fast. And personally, when I go against a Maggie who's using like a Mozambique or shotgun, like it's kind of hard to track, and that's one of the reasons why Mozambique has a really good combination with Maggie. And I think Maggie's overall kit is also really strong. Her tactical can definitely force people off of off of positions. Like for example, if you get someone low and they're hiding behind like a rock, you can easily throw your tactical at them and you'll be able to just burn them and either force them out of that position, or they're gonna have to tank that damage and you might be able to get a knock off it. Alright, so during round 1, you're gonna want to buy the blue Mozambique and 1 battery. Now by doing this, you're gonna have 100 crafting spare, and what you can do with this crafting is you can either spend it on a frag grenade or some sort of nade, or you can save it. And I think you should save this 100 crafting metals, because you'll be able to buy a purple Mozambique, which is the one with the hammer points, with a battery or something, which is going to be very nice in the second round, which I'm going to be going over later. So by buying the blue Mozambique and a battery in the first round, most guns, when you're buying like a gun like a flatline or like a prowler with the one times, you're not gonna be able to buy any heals. So by using this Mozambique combo, you're actually being able to win your damage fight, because even if you do get damaged a lot, you still have that battery to bat up when you're low. Unlike if you're using a flatline or some other gun that you can't buy any heals with, you're basically forced to you're basically being forced to pop those 2 cells before engaging into the fight, and your shield isn't maxed. And it's very hard to pop 2 cells in a scenario where you're in the fight, especially in like a map like Drop Off, or maybe like a map like, I don't know, Party Crasher, I guess. You're gonna need a lot of heals, and by buying the blue Mozambique first round, it's gonna enable you to out damage your enemies. And even if the opponent does out damage you, you're still going to be able to win that fight just because you have more heals. And that's really important, because especially in the early rounds where you have limited amount of heals, buying a lot of heals is going to come in really handy. Now going over to the second round. So second round, if you have saved those 100 crafting metals, then you're going to be able to buy a purple Mozambique with hammer points with a battery, which is going to be really clutch, because the hammer points at round 2 is really good, because the opponents are blue armor. So because the opponents are blue armor, you're going to shred through their shield, and you're going to be able to basically knock them really easily just because they have low shields. And one thing about this is it's also really important to get those crafting metals. So if you do get those crafting metals, then you're not gonna have to save those 100 crafting at the start, but it'll be really helpful for when you're using Maggie in like maps like Drop Off, where you're forced to buy that ultimate, or like when you have a lifeline on your team that has to buy that gold bag. It's gonna be really helpful if you can get those crafting metals. So just because you have saved crafting metals doesn't mean that you shouldn't get those crafting, because sometimes like if you do save enough. So I think saving is really important. That's going to be my second point right there. So saving your crafting metals is important because you want to get the Devo as fast as possible. Now this is, I know it sounds pretty cringe, and yes, buying Devo Mozambique hammer points is cringe, and I've started to, I guess, not use it as much. If you want to improve, if you want to rank up, then this is a way. So trying to get that devotion as fast as possible in rounds 3 and 4 is going to be essential, because devotion is just extremely strong. And if you can even get like a battery with it in those early stages where most people aren't going to be able to get the Devo because you've saved up crafting, it's going to be really effective. Now, yeah, round 3, if you do get a lot of crafting and if you're able to save enough crafting, you should be able to get that Devo. So the order, basically, just to like clear it up a bit, first round you're gonna want to buy blue Mozambique, a battery, save 100 crafting metals. Second round you're gonna want to buy a Mozambique hammer points with a battery, and then third round you're gonna want to buy a devotion. And obviously, if you don't have enough crafting metals and if you didn't save enough materials, then you can obviously just get the hammer points again in round 3. But next time, save up a bit, save 200, 300 crafting just because you can, because you know you're gonna be able to easily afford the Mozambique with a few bats and stuff. And then you're gonna be able to get devotion in your fourth round, which is gonna be really clutch. And by getting devotion 4th round, probably a lot of people are going to be using devotion and using hammer points, but definitely improving with the devotion recoil is going to be important too. That's going to be another point. Going into the range and trying to practice that devotion recoil, because I know devotion's a very hard gun to control. I had problems with it trying to control it in the at the start when I was starting to use Devo. But if you do keep on practicing over and over again, and by using Devo in those actual games, you're gonna improve your aim a lot, and that's what I highly recommend. Alright, so from here I'm gonna be analyzing basically what my thought processes were during this game, and this is when I was using Mozambique with Maggie, and I bought 1 bat and saved 100 materials. So that I could, potentially get a devotion 3rd round, which should be your goal when you're trying to, rank up. So this middle position right here is very strong because you can watch the middle area. As you can see, this Loba goes in, but I'm not able to do much. And I can actually climb up on these trucks right here and get an angle on the people above. And I hear from my teammates that one of them is low, so I say I'm gonna push this guy on the left because I know he's alone. But right here I mess up because I realize that there's 2 people right here, and I kind of panic. I miss some of my shots, and I try to pop a bat here, but it doesn't go too well. I think adding parts where I do mess up is also important, because even me, I mess up. I whiff a lot of shots, so that's also one important part. But my teammates are able to clutch it up and win that first round. So yeah, even I can mess up and miss a lot of my shots. So that's one thing. I'm gonna skip forward because my teammates win this round. But yeah. Alright, so this is the 2nd round, and as you can see, I've saved a lot of crafting. So I kind of buy a lot of my stuff really quick, so you can't really see, but I buy 1 battery here, and I'm able to actually save 150 crafting metals for the next round. And in the next round, you'll see that I'm able to buy the devotion because I saved that 150 crafting metals. So as you can see, I'm going through with what I've said earlier about buying that blue Mozambique, saving crafting, and then buying that purple Mozambique in the 2nd round. Okay, so as you can see, this is in the portal side this time, but it's actually shifting towards the mountain, the zone. What I usually like to do, I like to go right side, but here I see that all of them are actually to the left and none of them is watching right. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to walk up on these people on the right, and I hear that there's one guy right there. I hear him shooting. He goes towards my side, so I hit him for 15. I go towards cover, and as you can see, this guy tries to challenge me, so I'm like, I need to win this 1v1. And this is just basically just winning your ones. That's a really extremely important part when you're playing ranked arenas, is winning your ones. You need to be able to have the gun skill to be able to kill your 1v1s. And as you can see, one thing I like to do is, so as you can see, we knocked 2 of them, right? And there's 1 alive, and we're all 3 alive. I just like to buy time, and one of my teammates would go to the other side and get all the crafting metals. So as you can see, there's this, I think it's the Revenant, and the Revenant's kind of just like trying to kill us, but it's a 3v1, he's not going to win. I make him 1 shot, and my teammate's actually able to get both the crafting on the other side, allowing us to basically buy a Devo for free in the 3rd round. Alright, so as you can see, we have a lot of crafting just because one of my teammates went to the other side. And that's the thing that you could do, and that could give you a clear advantage on the enemy. But try to buy the Devo, try to get good at the Devo so that you can control its recoil well. I know it could be hard, but when you have a Devo, you're definitely not going to be losing your 1v1 just because Devotion just like one of the best weapons up close. And as you can see, I'm going to do the same thing, go middle, but this time I'm going to play it a bit slow just because I kind of messed up at the start when I try to go in at the left side, but I realized there was 2 people. So I'm going to go to the middle, and this head glitch right here, so if you go on top of this rock, I can't climb right here, but if you can actually go on top of this rock, and it's a pretty good head glitch that you can sit on. Now our Pathfinder gets fried here, so he's gonna back up. I tell him not to die because he did get fried. I throw my air nades here. I actually go to the left side here, and I hit them both for 40, which is some good damage. I'm gonna climb up in the truck here. So I see this this Revenant sitting in the corner, but I only hit him for 30. And I see that one of them, so both of them are cracked in the right side, as you can see. And we're calling to each other in our mics that both of them are cracked. And I see this Loba, and as you can see on the top right, it says that he's cracked. So I go in with the Devo, one clip him because Devo's just crazy close range, and now it's the last one. Now this is actually a good, because I was able to take that middle truck, I was kind of pressuring them, so they kind of didn't want to go to my side. They didn't want to go to the place where they usually go, so they shifted to the left side. But both my teammates were able to push that left side and apply pressure to them so that they would make both of them cracked, and I was able to just finish it off with Devotion. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. More videos are gonna come up. I was just a bit busy this week just because of summer school and stuff, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have more things you want me to make, I will be making more. But definitely try out this combo. This combo is definitely broken, but if you do want to like improve, then you might not want to use this combo because it is a bit cringe. But if you want to rank up, this is a really recommended combo that I think you should do. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.